All right, my friends, it is another Sunday of material issues. For me, it's early evening. For my special co host, it's mid afternoon. For the regular co host who's over in Liverpool, it's late at night. But this is Material Issues episode number 205. I'm Mark Hershberger of Pop Detective Records. Joining me down below on the Brady Bunch screen here is my good friend, Mr. John Borack, musician, author, restaurateur. What else can we call him?
Well, maybe more of a raconteur than a restaurateur.
Yeah, raconteur, fill-in guy. And if you're looking at the screen, you see David Bash. He's live up in the corner. We have him muted right now because it's really loud. He's in the Cavern Club in Liverpool, England for IPO Liverpool. Look at the crowd. He's actually live right now from the Cavern. There's bands going on. He's going to be showing us some bands playing live music. He's going to be backstage talking in some interviews and things. He's going to be talking like as he is right now, but we have him muted, which he doesn't realize, which is what it is. Let's unmute him and see if it's too loud. Go ahead, David. Go ahead, David. We can hear you.
Hear me at all?
A little bit. You cut.
Go in here, but this time leave the door open. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
You're right. It's very, very good.
All right, I'm going to. You guys keep talking. When this band is over, I will come back on. You know what? I'll wave to you, and you can unmute me.
Sounds good. All right. Well, that's what we're going to do. David is live over at the Cavern Club in Liverpool, England for IPO Liverpool. 110 bands between the Cavern Club and the Cavern Pub right across the street on Matthew Street. This is his 21st year at the Cavern Club, which is a pretty big deal. That's a lot of times hosting at the Cavern. As everybody knows, and as my good friend John Borack knows, the Cavern Club is where the Beatles got their start. This isn't the actual Cavern Club, although it's made from a number of bricks and things that were in the original Cavern. But the original Cavern, if we show a picture here, you see the Cavern Club. If you look all the way to the left past that sign that says Flares, then you see this Vivian Westwood or whatever. I think that's a hotel. Well, the original Cavern Club entrance was right down next to that. So it's about 50 yards to the left of what is the Cavern Club right now. And oh, he's waving. Hold on. Hey, David.
Hey, I've got a band here who's about to play, and they are old friends of mine. The Samurai 7.
Be careful with swords. Hey, Samurai 7.
Samurai 7 are from Oxford.
They're from where?
Oxford.
Not Oxnard, no, Oxford. And we're so glad to have them back after many years hiatus. We're old. No, you're not old. Can you hear them, Mark? John?
Yes, we can hear them.
So how does it feel to be back at IPO?
Amazing. Well, we really love Liverpool as a city. Obviously, we go back with you since 2005 in LA and San Francisco.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just a great place to play, and we're really happy to go. Plus, we all have massive people bonus.
You can say whatever you want on this show.
And it's really nice. I've seen material issues on Facebook.
Oh, all right. Well, we're so glad to have you back. I miss you guys very, very much. Yeah, you guys are like family, really. So I'm glad this worked out that we could interview you, and I will definitely, I'll videotape, not video, we'll broadcast live some of your sets.
Have a great set. Are you guys intimidated at all by David Bash's shirt?
He's asking if you're intimidated at all by my shirt.
I love it. It's in that kind of thing. Where did you get it?
I got it from a company in London that does these shirts, yeah. I forgot the name.
Before we go, let's our normal, our historic stage attire with like 70 suits and shirts like that. been looking for a shirt with a collar big enough to get over my neck. So no, I'm not intimidated. I love it. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Samurai 7. They're about ready to go on stage. IPO Liverpool.
Who had a track on, I believe, International Pop Overthrow Volume 8. They let off that compilation, in fact, and they're going to have a track on this one as well, and I've heard it, and it's amazing.
Hey, maybe we can lead off this one too.
Maybe you can, but, you know, I'm going to have to unzip my fly for that.
Uh-oh, I didn't even hear that. I did not hear that.
Yeah, right.
If David starts unzipping things, we'll get more viewers.
Yeah, right.
Or less.
I'm not sure about that.
Now I'm going to go and wait for this band to be done, and then I'll wait.
All right, guys, have a great set. Thank you.
Have a great set, they say. Thank you.
Cheers, David. All right, well, David Bash, wait a second. You still there? All right. That was cool.
Yeah, well, it was. We'll get some other people. You can, I mean, if you want, you can mute me now, and I'll just wave to you again when I'm ready to give it up for this band.
Cool. All right, man.
All right, thanks.
We'll keep an eye on him. If you see him waving as I'm not paying attention, just, John, tell me he's waving.
I will. And if I see him unzipping his fly, I'll run in the other room. I don't think they were intimidated by David's shirt. I think they'd be more intimidated if David was not wearing a shirt.
That was going to be my follow-up question, but
maybe intimidated is not the right word.
Well, it's not. It wouldn't be titillated. It wouldn't.
No.
I'm just looking for anything that sounds like intimidated.
Yeah, I don't want to go there. Anyway, the Samurai 7, but I only saw 4 guys. Where were the other 3 samurais?
Yeah, I wonder if there's going to be 7 samurais on the stage, or whether there will be, or whether Harry Carey might have been involved, and they're really down to 6 samurais.
Maybe it's Samurai 4 plus 3, like Unit 4 plus 2.
It could very well be that. But no, it's cool. It's cool. We get to talk to Samurai 7 backstage. They're going to hit the stage at IPO Liverpool. David Bash is live over in Liverpool. It's about 11:10 his time.
Now, Mark, your viewers will never know what David had to go through to get actually on this show minutes before. Yes. Mere minutes before we went live, David was locked in a dark room and had to somehow work his way out of there. I don't know how he did it, but
before we hit, as John's saying, before we hit the live button, David was trying to find a quieter place to talk to us because it's very loud in the Cavern, as you can imagine. It's an underground club, and there's a lot of people there. It's a packed house tonight. And so he goes into this room, and we could hear him. He shut the door behind him, and he couldn't get the door open. So he was locked in a room, which was kind of funny. I had to see the humor in that.
Yeah.
Which
kind of funny unless you were David.
I know, but could you imagine, like, an hour from now, he's still in the room and nobody can hear him, and we'd be doing this whole interview from a closet. Hey, John, did you see there was like fake news going around today? I pulled up Facebook and I saw someone posted that Mickey Dolenz had died. Right?
Oh, I did not see that. I'm glad I didn't.
I was like, are you kidding me? That's all 4 monkeys gone. Of course, it turned out to be untrue.
I don't know. I saw the same thing a few months ago when somebody said that David Gates had passed away. I don't know where or why people get these crazy ideas to do just ridiculous things like this, but it's really pretty crappy thing to do, quite honestly.
I'll tell you what, it's a weird. I don't know the psychology behind why people have to do bizarre things or just say. I'll go live on TikTok. I have a TikTok shop with Pop Detective Records CDs and things, and I'll just sit there and I'll play some of the music in the background and say, "Here's where you can buy it." TikTok shop. Of course, you're live, so all the comments coming in are all live, and there are comments that are. 50% of the comments are just people saying salacious things. And
yeah, people get very brave behind a keyboard.
But why do it? I mean, I don't know. I guess it turns people on in some way, but
I think because they have so little value for their own lives. I don't know. They just try to make other people's lives miserable because they're miserable. I don't know.
I guess so, but it amazes me how much there is of it. And I was laughing. I try to tell people, friends of mine at the restaurant I bartend on Saturday nights, that there's always Facebook postings here in like the South Jersey community page, which has like 20,000 something members, whatever. But it's always a bot that's posting any good recommendations for Italian food in Cherry Hill. Well, then everybody starts putting in, all their favorite Italian restaurants. Well, all that does is make whoever owns the page a lot of clicks. Oh, there's David. Here we go.
All right. As I mentioned earlier, what would International Pop Overthrow and Liverpool be without this great band from your great city? Power Pop Supreme, give it up one more time for Hijinks, everybody. And also, we are broadcasting this live on my podcast, Material Issues. So everybody, give a big scream out to the rest of the world. That's right. We really, really appreciate you all being here. This is night number 1 of not Material Issues. It's night number 205 of that. But it's night number 1 of International Pop Overthrow. And we're so glad you're here. Don't forget, we have these beautiful T-shirts for sale with that great design in front and the names of every band playing the festival on the back. Both red and black look exactly the same except for the color. And we have all men's sizes and all ladies' sizes. So grab them before we sell them out. All right, we have a lot more for you in International Pop Overthrow here at the Cavern Club and the Cavern Club. And again, I want to thank them so much for having us back. Bill Heckel, Dave Jones, John Keats, the whole crew. We're really, really honored. And coming up next, good friends of ours. It's been a while since they played. They've been on hiatus, but now they're back. And they're from the great city of Oxford. We're going to love this power pop. The Samurai 7 up next. Thank you.
That was David Bash live from the stage, the Cavern backstage, Cavern Club, Liverpool, England, talking about the band that just played and telling the crowd who's coming up.
Look who we have here. We had them interviewed a couple of years ago, but they're back from Rome. Laura and the Stalkers are here.
Oh, hello. Laura and the Stalkers live on Material Issues. Good evening, everybody.
I can see you. But I actually can't.
Yeah, no, you can't hear because I have. But I'll tell you, if they have a question for you, I'll tell you what it is. What did you think of playing IPO Liverpool again?
Oh, we love it. Every year it seems getting better and better. The audience and everything here.
We love to see all the other bands.
And we just come to, actually, we really come to see the other bands. We also play.
And you also play, yeah. Just playing is second to seeing the other bands.
David, tell us more about their music. I'm not familiar with the band.
Well, their music is sort of a combination of power pop, garage, a little bit of dream pop. And I think they're the only band that I've ever seen that has a female lead singer and drummer, but a male guitarist and bass player. Can you think of another band like that? Because I can't.
No.
They're very unique in that way, and their sound is really wonderful. They have a brand new album called Morning Hours, is it? Morning Hours. It's on CD, and you can, I'm sure, get it on your Bandcamp and stuff like that.
Bandcamp, and it's on Spotify and everywhere.
Some handmade CDs.
Yeah, we brought some handmade.
Oh, yeah, they made them themselves, but I think they're...
We don't have time to
eventually, though, maybe.
We'll have to check it out.
Hopefully you can do vinyl on it, too.
Yeah, we're planning to do that.
Okay,
David,
wonderful.
so this is Laura in front of us, and the other people were just stalking her one day, and they decided to form a band? Or?
That's right. The rest of the band is stalking Laura. That's right. You can see how...
I can't get rid of them.
Yeah, you can see how distressed she is right now. Oh, we've got another band right here in Liverpool. Hi, Jinx. You're on Material Issues, gentlemen.
Hi, David.
Hi, Jinx.
Hi, Jinx is a pure power pop band, which there aren't really a lot of in Liverpool. And normally he's got a flying V, but not this year.
David, lower your phone a little bit. We're cutting the heads off. There we go.
Oh, are we good now?
Yep, good.
So where can we find their music, David? Hi, Jinx.
Where can they find your music? Our listeners.
We're on all streaming services.
They're on all the streaming services. Well, you heard that.
Yeah.
And there's a new single.
New single. Everybody Wanna Dance.
Everybody Wanna Dance was on an IPO CD a few years ago.
I remember that one. That was a great track.
Wow, my friend and colleague John Borack says he remembers that one, and it's a great track. You see?
Nice.
You probably wondered, as we ended aside with that one, you probably thought no one's going to hear it, but you see, they do. Anyway, all right, so they just did a great set. As I said, you know, IPO Liverpool would not be the same without you guys, and we really appreciate it. No, it's really true. I can't imagine you not being here because it's been what, like 10 years or so? More even. Yeah, fortunately they're from right here, so it works out. They can play every year. We really appreciate that. I'm going to go out into the other room and show everybody what it looks like. Thank you, for sure.
Thank you. Hi, Jinx. Thank you, Laura and the Stalkers. Couple band in back in the dressing room. That's where David is. He's going to wander out through the Cavern right now. If you've never been to the Cavern in Matthew Street in Liverpool, this is what it's all about. Keep your phone a little lower, David.
Yeah, we're going to go to the ceiling right now.
Angle your phone down. That's
right.
All right, well, I'm sure you recognize this.
Oh, that's Freddie and the
Those
Dreamers,
four
right?
guys.
Freddie and the Dreamers.
Recognize these, well, at least the names.
Oasis, don't know them. Don't know them.
Oasis? Isn't that the place where Garth Brooks used to go?
And they're on the wall as well. Let's see what we have here. Oh, here's a band you might recognize. They played the Cavern too.
Oh, that's Hanson. No.
Yeah. There's Nick Hansen, Keith Hansen, Brian Hansen, Bill Hansen, and Charlie Hansen, right there.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's more Hanson than you would think.
And here's the sumptuous bar, where a lot
Very
of people
nice.
have been ordering a lot of drinks. That's what we like.
You gotta love all the vibrant colors of Cavern too. What a great place.
Monkeys. The big, yeah, here's some of the original heroes like Johnny Hutchinson.
Lower your camera a little bit.
You seeing them?
Oh, angle it down.
No, Johnny Hutchinson, otherwise known as Johnny Hutch, sat in with the Beatles a few times.
Oh,
Johnny Hutch.
Here's a band you might recognize.
They look familiar, but I can't
What
quite.
a coincidence.
Look at John's shirt.
Look at my shirt, Dave.
There's Tom Hansen and who else? We have not Bunny Hansen. Rick Hansen's son right there.
Dax, that'd be Dax Hampton.
And
Yeah.
Robin Hansen up there. Let's see what else we got going on.
David's wandering around the backstage area of the Cavern. That's where IPO Liverpool is taking place. And across the street, the Cavern Club.
Warming up, getting a little bit of a line check. Let's see what else we got here. There's Rena selling some t-shirts.
Lower the camera a little bit, David. Angle.
Oh, sorry.
There's Rena. There's Rena.
Say hi to the guys.
Hi guys.
Hi, Rena. Make sure you hang on to a XXL T-shirt for me.
Make that two.
Two.
John, what size do you want?
The same as Mark, because we're twins.
Yeah,
I'll tell Rena.
we're twinning.
And let's see what else we've got.
That's David's significant at the merch table.
Please save me a program too.
One of the most famous performances McCartney on December 14th, 1999. How about that picture? Boy, would I love to have that one hanging on my wall.
No, that's nice.
and of course an original Beers Ludwig drum kit and some guitars. And yeah, I mean, Lennon's Rickenbacker, Harrison's Brett, Paul's Hoffner. Great stuff. I'm going to head back up to the stage because they might be ready to go.
Was that Devo there? Was that Devo?
Devo? Yeah, right. Okay.
Looks like it's a great crowd tonight, David.
It's not bad, yeah. I mean, we've had to compete with Liverpool football. They played a big match today. And tomorrow, of course, the parade, because Liverpool won the Premier League, they're saying there's going to be about 1 million people in Liverpool at the parade. So I'm hoping that it doesn't. I mean, you know, Matthew Street is probably not going to be the center of activity for the parade, but we.
How far away is your hotel?
Fortunately, it's only about I don't know, maybe about a 5 or so minute walk.
That's good.
You know, if it's all 12 people, we may not get there. But we'll gauge it as it goes on. I just hope the bands can make it. And I hope the people who want to come here can make it. It's going to be interesting, I'll say that.
Well, you are in your element, man. Enjoy it.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, this is my home away from home. I honestly, you know, if I were single, I might even consider living out here, but that's not going to happen. But coming here once a year is still a very cool thing. And, you know, Mark, of course, you've been here a few times. You face planted into the wall near the bathroom.
My memorial face plant.
Yeah. John Borack, we really need you to come out here.
One day.
I hope there's some way that it can happen.
Me too.
So we'll work it out one way or the other.
Yeah, it's great. I can see David bartending there in his old age, right?
Yeah, right.
It's good. How many more bands? How many more bands do you have on the bill tonight?
Just 2. And I think you would like both of them a lot.
Very good.
Yeah, the Samurai 7 and the Stayaways are also a really good power pop band. CD on Cool Cat. I think they did.
I think it sounds familiar. I think it might have been on Cool Cat.
Yeah, so I'll find out when I speak to them after the Samurai 7 are done.
Yeah, I was just looking to see if I could see quickly whether it was on Cool Cat or not. I don't.
Maybe I'm wrong about that. What time is it right now? I guess they're not quite. It's not quite 11:30.
David Bash is live at the Cavern Club, Liverpool, England on Matthew Street. And you've got bands over at the Cavern Pub going on as well, right?
Yeah, we do. Some will be playing the pub today, and they'll be playing the club either tomorrow or a different day.
Right.
Depends on, you know, their schedule, how long they want to stay in Liverpool. But, you know, generally we put bands, both their slots on the same day. But, you know, sometimes, especially if they're coming from a ways, they want to stay here a few days. If they're coming from, like, London, they want to come up, do their set, and go home. So we give them both sets on the same day. But,
and IPO Liverpool runs now through next Sunday?
Next Sunday, June 1st. 110 great acts from all around the world. We'll definitely bring you guys home a program as well.
That'd be Tom was saying that.
Yeah. I thought it came out great. This is the first time we ever did this, I think, but we had 2 articles in this program, one by John and one by me. Kind of examining the same phenomenon, but from different directions.
Oh, nice. Oh,
David, how many bands from the United States made their way over to this book?
Oh gosh,
I know the Posers
I don't
are
know
there.
exactly, but somewhere between 5 and 10 for sure.
I know the Posers from Texas are there because Jim Ritchie told me they were heading out.
Posers are here. Plastic Soul. Who's This Mary from Chicago?
Is Jeremy Morris out there?
Jeremy Band will be here.
Nice.
Affiliates and the affiliates also from Chicago. I'm trying to think. It's somewhere between 5 and 10.
Well, please tell Stephen Wilson, Jim Ritchie, and Jeremy I said hello.
I will.
I'll second that
Who
emotion.
should I tell you didn't say hello? No.
Anybody I don't like.
I don't know if there's any of those here, John.
Well, that's good. That's good. We're going to keep them away.
John's got his New York Yankees hat on for you.
For you, Dave.
Just for you. So.
What's happened today? I didn't get a chance to watch it. Are they started yet?
Oh, hold on. Let me check. Mark, ask some pertinent questions, and I will check that out.
I'm going to ask pertinent questions while he's checking in,
All right.
which is good. So we got two more acts tonight. And I wanted to be off next Saturday night, but I'm not going to be able to do it. So we'll be back here Sunday, and we'll let everybody know.
Where's the band going? Did you want to be introduced from off? You want to be off the stage? All right.
Update from Colorado. There was a rain delay, but they've resumed play now in the 6th inning. It's 4-2 Yankees currently.
They better win. I mean, it was a disgrace that they lost the first game. But fortunately, they didn't need Max Fried. I could have pitched yesterday, and the Yankees probably still would have won. All right, I'm going to go up on stage and introduce these guys.
All right, David Bash is live at the Cavern Club. He's going up to the stage right now to introduce the Samurai 7. If you've never been to the Cavern, this is what it looks like. Make sure you angle your phone down a little bit, David, so we can see the crowd and everything. Oh, look at that great shot right there.
Well, there's the crowd.
There we
now
go.
We've got these guys. Well, thank you again very much for being here. You're at the International Pop Overthrow Music Festival, our 21st year at the Cavern Club and Cavern Pub. Again, we're just really humbled. We're thrilled to be invited back each year. This is the most famous club in the world. That's what they call themselves, and it's very, very true. So to be even a small part of the rich history of this venue is just, as I said, very, very humbling. And 21 years in, we've got 2 more great bands tonight. And then we've got lots more for the rest of the week through Sunday, June 1. 110 bands from all over the world. And you'll love them all if you come back and watch them. We have a free program at our merchandise stall. You can pick one of those up and read all about the bands. Don't be shy. It's absolutely free. Well, this band that I have here on stage, I don't know how much you can see of them, but they're like family. They go way, way back with International Pop Overthrow. And they are an amazing power pop band from the great city of Oxford. So, of course, we know Oxford is known for their erudition and a lot of awesome students. Well, they're known for awesome music as well. Not to say that these guys wouldn't have been awesome students if they went to Oxford. I'm sure they would. They've got some merchandise over there. They've got their album from about 20 years ago, but it still holds up. That's how long the hiatus has been. So we're really thrilled to have them back. And they also have a brand new single over there as well. So definitely support them. Would you please give a huge welcome to the Samurai 7?
You Oxford because it's who you bought John Aldridge off.
All right, we're going to get some of their set right here. Oh, they're starting with a cover, but that's okay. Oh, no, that was a false cover. It's the original. Okay.
Mark, I always thought Oxford was known for their shoes.
I think the volume might be a little loud, kind of overdoing the microphone. We can see them play, but we really can't hear them clearly.
We were blowing out the Streamyard audio tubes.
Yeah. But even though people can't really hear them, which is important for a band, but if you're interested, this is what the Cavern Club looks like in the Cavern back room.
This is what the back room looks like. The front room looks like the original.
Yeah, David, if you're hearing us, I think the music's just too loud. It's blowing the microphone out of your phone. We're not really hearing the music. I think it's peaked.
Well, I'm definitely going to be checking out some of the bands that David's talked to. Mark, I've written down some names. Going to go on the streaming sites and check them out for sure.
Yeah, that's a great idea, John. We got the Samurai 7 right now. We had Hijinks, and we had Long and the Stalkers he's talked with. So if anybody's interested, yeah, get on Spotify or Bandcamp or all the streaming platforms and look up these bands.
Find their album. It's well worth it.
We got a good shot of David's nostril there.
I guess you could say David knows his power pop.
It's funny as they're playing. If you look to the left of the screen and you see that little Cavern Club, that's the hallway that goes back to the bathroom and some of the dressing room things.
Can't really hear you, David.
Yeah, can't hear you.
Mark, is that the hallway where you did?
Yeah. David, I'm going to mute you a second. It's too loud. That is the hallway that I'd gotten food poisoning prior to the Deadbeat Poets set and everything. And I still went there, dropped off merchandise. I got real dizzy. Something wasn't right. And I knew where the bathroom was. So I was going, fast to get to the bathroom. And all I remember is running down the hallway, which is a very dark black hallway. And that's the last I remember. And I woke up with 3 people over the top of me, laying flat on my back and asking if I was okay because they told me I ran headfirst into the wall.
Wow.
And knocked myself out. And, ended up, they helped me get back to my hotel, which wasn't that far away. But I then spent the next, 2 days laying in the bathroom, just, as you would with food poisoning. And I've not had a fish pie since that time.
I don't blame you. Wow. That's kind of scary. I mean, just to wake up in an unfamiliar place with unfamiliar people and
unfamiliar people. But you know what? That was the beauty of it all, is that they were so nice. Everybody was fantastic there. And I don't know. David's not waving at me yet. I think he's just enjoying the music.
Yeah.
But they're very nice. And it's funny when you get back to the hotel and food poisoning, you're very weak. You can't even. And all I could do was crawl down the hallway to the soda machine and try to get ginger ale. But anything that went in quickly came out. It was not good for 2 days.
Wow.
And not even the band, not even the Deadbeat Poets. They had no idea where I was because they were in the same hotel. They didn't know where my hotel was. It was just,
Is there a little, David has his brick outside the Cavern Club. Is there a little memorial?
Yes.
In the wall with a plaque of where you hit your head?
At the end of the restroom wall, there's a memorial plaque there where I went face first.
Here almost lied, Mark Hershberger.
But no, it was not a good. And when you're in a different country, and I didn't know how to get. I really like David. He's texting me. Hold on. Log me off. Okay. All right. I logged him off. He wants to reset something. But I couldn't get in touch with anybody. David's phone wasn't working right. It was back in the days when cell phone coverage was, and now you're in a different country, and it was just horrible. It was horrible. But I bounced back and went back again the next year.
There you go. Well, one day I hope to get back there. It was it almost happened a few years ago, but circumstances prevented it. But I know my daughter Kayla and I both want to go back there because, of course, we're huge Beatles fans. So that would be like Mecca for us.
It really is. The first time I went, I did a lot of stuff with Bruce Brodeen. He was there at the same time. So he and I kind of went all over the place, including we took in a a football match at Anfield, which is Everton's home field, and it was funny. We went up the day before to see if we'd get tickets, and they were all sold out. And we went to we were just walking around the stadium, and there was a door that was cracked open, like literally a door. And we kind of peeked our heads in, and here comes this security guard type thing, and he's, "Can I help you, mates?" or whatever. And we were like, "Well, we're from the U.S. We couldn't get tickets. We were just kind of peeking in the door." He said, "Go." Yeah. He took us in onto the pitch, the field, and we got to stand on the pitch. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. And he said, he got in touch with his daughter, who was head of all concessions. Gave us 2 tickets for the following day. Gave us these tickets for all the beer and food we wanted.
Hopefully, no fish pies.
No fish pies. I had some kind of unidentifiable meat pie. Probably not a good idea either. But
That's the UMP. They are famous for that in Liverpool. Unidentified meat pie. UMP.
But they were so nice. They got us tickets. And they got food, and we ended up right in the middle of home team's area on the second level. And I'll never forget. We were watching the whole front row because they were playing. Who were they playing? They were playing Liverpool. It was Everton versus Liverpool, and the Liverpool fans were down at the bottom, and the front row of Everton fans were urinating on top of the Liverpool fans. And I got you. And we were just like, "Oh, are you kidding me?" And then people took us to a local pub right next to the field for warm beer and so much cigarette smoke you couldn't see your hand in front of your face, and it was just such a great experience.
It sounds like great British hospitality for sure.
It was wild. It was a lot of fun. And I mean, Bruce and I still to this day laugh about that day. It was so good.
One of the best guys that I know, Mr. Bruce Brodeen.
Yes, indeed.
Not only for all he's done with pop music, which you and probably most of your viewers know, but just a really good person, really good friend.
Great family man. His kid.